I've always believed that talent is the ultimate resource, and when I look back at my own journey, it's impossible not to see how deeply immigration shaped everything I've done, and everything the companies I built eventually became, because coming to the United States was not just a change in location, it was a change in trajectory. A kind of gravitational slingshot that suddenly opened access to opportunity, risk, innovation, and the sheer density of brilliant people who were all trying to push the world forward. And that's why when I talk about immigration, especially high-skill immigration, I'm not speaking theoretically, I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from knowing how hard it is to leave your home, take a huge gamble, and hope a new country believes in what you can offer. And that's also why I admire the incredible amount of talent that comes from India, because if you look around Silicon Valley and the broader tech ecosystem, you'll notice that some of the most driven, hardest working, and technically exceptional people are Indian engineers, scientists, founders, developers, and product thinkers. And honestly, the United States has benefited enormously from them and continues to benefit, which is why I keep saying that shutting the door on talent would be one of the most self-destructive things a nation built on innovation could ever do. And when I think of something like the H-1B visa system, I see both the proof that skilled immigration is vital and also the inefficiencies and weird bureaucratic bottlenecks that make the whole process more difficult than it should be. Because the core idea is simple, right? If someone is brilliant and they want to help build the future, why on earth would we make it hard for them to contribute? And back when I first came to the US, I didn't know how things would go. I didn't know if I could start a company or afford rent, or whether anyone would believe in what I was trying to create. And that's the same uncertainty a lot of highly skilled immigrants face today, especially those working through H-1B processes, hoping they can stay long enough to finish a project or bring a technology to life. And honestly, some of the greatest innovations we've had in the US exist because people from all over the world took that risk, made that leap, and said yes to building something bigger than themselves. And I've worked with so many Indian engineers and thinkers at Tesla, SpaceX, and elsewhere, people who stay up late, finding bugs, fixing problems, optimizing systems, rewriting code, and thinking 10 steps ahead. And I can tell you they aren't just good, they're world class. And when people talk about the American dream, this is what they're talking about. Not a handout, not some magic path, but a place where if you bring talent and drive and a willingness to tackle insane problems, you have a chance to do something extraordinary. And I think the US should double down on that principle and not move away from it. Because every time we encourage brilliant people to come here, build here, and stay here, the entire country moves faster. The whole engine of innovation spins up, and everyone benefits. And if you look forward at what's coming, AI, sustainable energy, multiplanetary life, robotics, these fields require the smartest people on Earth, and the truth is they're not all born in a single country. Talent is evenly distributed, but opportunity is not. And if the US wants to lead in the future, it needs to make sure it is the place where opportunity concentrates and thrives. And sometimes I imagine what America would look like if every brilliant student, engineer, researcher, or entrepreneur who dreamed of building the future could actually get a visa easily and start contributing immediately instead of being caught in lotteries and wait lists and uncertainty, because that future would be unstoppable. And it's why when I talk about Indian talent specifically, I do it with genuine respect because the work ethic, the intelligence, the determination, it's exceptional. And the US should feel lucky every time someone like that chooses to contribute here. And when I sat down in that podcast conversation with Nikhil Kamath, all of this was on my mind because I've seen firsthand what happens when you bring together diverse perspectives and intense intellect and let them collaborate freely. And it's one of the reasons the US remains such a powerhouse, but only if it keeps the door open and continues to welcome the people capable of shaping the next chapter of human progress. And when I look at my own path from South Africa to Canada to the US, it reminds me constantly that immigration isn't just a policy topic. It's the backbone of how the modern tech world exists. And in my own companies, many of the breakthroughs, the moments when we pushed past what seemed possible, those came from teams filled with people from all over the world, working together, united by the mission, not the passport. And that's why I'll always advocate for high-skill immigration reform and for acknowledging the incredible value immigrant talent, especially from India, brings to the US and to innovation as a whole. Because at the end of the day, the future gets built by the people who show up, who take risks, who push limits, and who bring their knowledge and imagination from every corner of the planet to one place where they can try to make the impossible real. And when I think about the future of immigration and the way high-skill visas like the H-1B shape the trajectory of innovation in the United States, I keep coming back to the simple truth that has repeated itself across every major technological wave. The countries that attract the most capable people win the future. And that's not just some idealistic notion, it's observable reality from the rise of Silicon Valley to the creation of nearly every foundational technology we rely on today. Because if you trace the origins of the modern semiconductor industry, the space industry, the AI revolution, clean energy, the internet itself, you find this massive global tapestry of minds all contributing their piece of the puzzle, and the US was smart enough, historically, to welcome that diversity of thought, which is why it became the global center of innovation. But the irony is that just when the world is entering the most transformational technological era ever, the systems designed to bring in the world's best minds are aging, overloaded, or stuck in outdated frameworks like the H-1B lottery, which is basically a game of chance for people who have already proven their capability. And to me that's insane because imagine if SpaceX selected rocket engineers by pulling names out of a hat, or if Tesla recruited battery experts by random drawing instead of evaluating merit, skill, and vision. It would make no sense. Yet that's what thousands of highly capable people go through every year, hoping the rules of probability align just right, so they can stay in the US long enough to finish the work they were already hired to do. And when I look at the sheer volume of brilliant Indian engineers and developers who get caught in that limbo, it honestly feels like the country is sabotaging itself by letting bureaucracy override logic, because every time someone extraordinarily skilled is sent home due to paperwork or unpredictability, the US doesn't just lose a worker, it loses an innovator, a potential founder, someone who could have been part of the next breakthrough in AI or space, or robotics or biotech. And I've always said that the US should have a system where exceptional talent is not only welcomed but fast-tracked, almost like a high-skill express lane, where if you can demonstrate world-class ability in engineering or physics or computer science or any field critical to the future, you should be able to come build here without the layers of randomness and uncertainty that discourage people from even trying. And honestly, when I think about how much Indian professionals contribute to everything from Tesla's autopilot software to SpaceX's flight systems to the broader ecosystem of startups, think tanks, research labs, and AI companies, it becomes even more obvious that the US should be doing everything in its power to keep that pipeline strong. Because the truth is, innovation doesn't care about borders, great ideas don't check passports before appearing in someone's mind. And the next major breakthrough in sustainable energy or interplanetary life could just as easily come from a young engineer in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai, or Delhi as it could from someone in California. And if America wants to stay at the forefront, it needs to remain the place where those minds can come together and build the future at scale. And I know this from experience because when you are building something insanely ambitious, whether it's reusable rockets or AI systems that can reason or vehicles that accelerate the transition to sustainable energy, you quickly realize that the hardest problems demand the broadest pool of talent and collaboration. And that means being open, being bold, and being rational about immigration, particularly high-skill immigration. Because the real competitive advantage of a nation isn't just natural resources or physical infrastructure, it's the caliber of people who choose to work there. And when a country becomes the magnet for the best minds on earth, it becomes the engine that moves humanity forward. And that's why I keep emphasizing that welcoming brilliant people, especially those coming from countries with huge pools of technical talent like India, is not charity, it's not political posturing, it's simply strategic intelligence. And if the US wants to maintain its leadership in the age of AI and space and sustainable technology, it needs to make sure the doors are open wide enough for the brightest people in the world to walk through and start building immediately, because that's how you keep momentum.